Greeting everyone. I hope all of you are doing well in this pandemic situation. And due to this COVID-19 only, we are presenting the papers in online mode. I am very grateful to be a part of the ninth International Conference on Pattern Recognition and Machine Intelligence, PMI 2021, organized by Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, India. The title of my research paper is Enhancing EEG-based emotion recognition using multi-domain features and genetic algorithm-based feature selection. My paper ID is 179. I am Shamarjit and my co-authors are Upasana Talukdar and Samantam Hajarika. This is the outline of the presentation. So first we have introduction, then we have the related works, then we have methodology, then we have experimental results, then at the end we have conclusion and further works. This figure shows the steps involved in the brain-computer interface. In the signal acquisition step, the brain signals are collected from the electrodes placed in the head, and then we have the pre-processing steps. Then we have the signal processing. In the signal processing steps, we have the feature extractions. Then we have the classifications. That is the detection. Then we have the application interface. Then we have the applications of the BCIs like wheelchair and spelling device and all those. This figure shows different types of BCI signals. So in first we have invasive BCI signals, then we have partial invasive, then we have non-invasive. So in invasive we have a neurosurgery, then in partial invasive we have ECOG, and in non-invasive we have first EEG, then MEG, then fMRI. For this work we have taken only EEG based BCI. Why EEG based BCI? Because its functionality fast, high precision time measurements, low cost and portability, minimum setup requirement, extremely non-invasive. EEG does not involve exposure to high intensity. And what are the challenges in EEG based BCI? Those are non-stationary, non-linearity, high dimensionality, and noisy. And the applications of EEG based BCI are seizure detections, motor imaginary classification, mental task classifications, emotion recognitions, and sleep rate classification. So in this paper we are trying to solve one of the challenges, which is higher dimensionality, and in this work we have taken the applications of BCI, which is emotion recognition. As you all know that emotion plays an vital role in the day-to-day life activities. Thus emotion recognition within human computer interaction caters more natural interactions in the fields of personalized recommender systems and rehabilitation robotics. Research within human computer interaction has focused on brain computer interface, which is called BCI. That is a communication methodology based on brain signals to monitor and detect emotions of human beings. This is the aim of this project. The purpose of AEG based emotion recognition methodology is based on hybrid feature selections, which is combined with GA based feature selections methodology. So we have evaluated this method on deep data sets. Deep data set is a data sets for emotion analysis using EEG, physiological and video signals to recognize different emotions via valence and arousal category. Contributions in this domain. So first we are trying to introduce that multi-domain feature extractions, in which we have extracted the features from three different domains. First one is frequency, then we have time, then we have wavelet domain, from where we have extracted the features to understand the EEG data. And then while we have extracting features from different domain, then we have, after that we will be getting a high dimensional space, and to reduce the dimensionality of the data sets, we are using GA based feature selections to get the relevant or redundant feature vectors from the high dimensional feature space. Then we have the related work sections, in which we have in the literatures there are interpretation of emotions has been described in two taxonomy models, that is discrete model and dimensional model. In the discrete model, six types of key emotions are introduced, like surprise, fear, sadness, joy, disgust, and anger. And in a dimensional model, the discrete emotions are described in terms of two principles: valence and arousal. The valence illustrates the level of pleasant or unpleasant feeling, while arousal is the intensity of associated with the emotional states. So we are going to use this valence and arousal model for our methodology to determine the discrete emotional states using machine learnings. This is the graph we can visualize the effect of those two parameters, valence and arousal, in terms of determine the different discrete emotions. feature extraction and selections for EEG based emotion recognition has been imposed in the literatures. So there at L imposed 9 types of time and frequency domain features combined with feature selections methodology, and they obtained accuracy 60.68%. And Liu et al. Used hybrid feature extractions methodology, and after that they used sequential backward feature selections methods, which they got accuracy around 84.90% and 86.46% for valence and arousal respectively. Different variation of feature selection method has been introduced to classify the emotions such as MR, and etc. And various machine learning algorithms has been introduced in the literatures for the classification task. So those are the related works that has been imposed in the literatures. Then the materials and method sections, we have the dataset description. So as I already told you that we are using deep dataset. So deep dataset is a dataset for emotion analysis using physiological signals. The dataset has been collected from 32 subjects. Among those 32s, 16 subjects are male and 16 subjects are female. So number of videos that has been used for this dataset is 40, and each of those each of the length of the videos is 60 seconds, and sampling rate is 128 hertz, and rating scale is arousal and valence, and rating value for each of the scale is continuous value scale from 1 to 9. The rating in the range of 1 to 5 was categorized as low valence or low arousal state, and the rating in the range of 5 to 9 was categorized as high valence or high arousal state. So this is the actual data set driven. You can see that like there is 40 cross 40 cross 8064. So first 40 represents videos, number of videos, and second 40 represents number of channels, and 8064 represents the EEG data that has been collected in 60 seconds. Then we are using this driven data format for the next task, and we have taken 40 cos 32 cos 7680. So 32 means we are taking only EEG channels, and we are avoiding rest 8 non-EEG channels, and also we are taking 7680 data points, as we are excluding 3-second baseline periods, and also in the data sets we have in the raw data you can see that like we have levels 40 cross 4, in which 40 represents videos and 4 represents the levels, but in our case we are taking only 40 cross 2, that means 40 videos and 2 levels, that is valence and arousal we are taking. This is the EEG electrode locations according to the 1020 international system used for recording EEG data in deep data set. The yellow marked electrodes were used for our experiment, as we have selected only 4 channels for the feature extraction. So this is the methodology that mm, uh, methodology of our proposed framework. So the first we have the EEG signals, then we have the data preprocessing step, in which we have first implemented the bandpass, which is from 0.5 hertz to 45 hertz. Then we have independent component analysis ICA to prevent the errors of the data sets like inflicts and all those. And then we have the common average reference to remove those errors from the actual data sets. Then after the preprocessing step, we have the feature extraction portions, in which the feature has been extracted from 3 different domain: time domain, frequency domain, and discrete wavelet domain. So from time domain we have extracted 31 features, from frequency domain we have extracted 77, and from discrete wavelet we have extracted 58 features. And then after that we have created the high dimensional feature space, which has contained 664 features. Then we have the genetic algorithm for the feature selections. Then after getting the optimal set of features, we are going to implement our classifications model, which is which is multi-layer perceptron optimized by genetic algorithm. And then we have the three problems. Whether first problem is going to determine whether that arousal is high or low. Then second problem is the valence is low or high, and third problem is the combination of those two parameters. Then those are the name of the features that have been that we have extracted from the raw data to create the high dimensional space. Then after that we have genetic algorithm based feature selections, so in which GA has been implemented to select the most relevant features. And in GA, each chromosome in the individual is represented by a string of zeros and ones. The size of the individual in the is the number of features presented in the feature space, that is 664, and presence of a feature vector is represented by the following rule: if we have the 0 bit in the gene position, then we are not taking that channel, not taking that features, and if we have the 1 in the bit position, then we are taking that features for classification problem. So what is the typical steps in genetic algorithm? So first step is the calculation the fitness value, fitness value. Then for this we are taking the accuracy of the logistic regressions model to evaluate each of those individual in the populations, in the current populations. Selection of the individuals for the reproduction unit. We have choosing 7-way tournament to select the best parents to create to generate the offsprings. And after generating the offsprings, we have to generate the offsprings. And in the reproduction unit we have crossover and mutations. So for this we are using on-point crossover, and 1 point cost and we are taking mutation probability as very low value. For the GA parameters is generation, number of generations. So number of generations we have taken as 50, and the size of the populations as 100, and the crossover and mutation probability respectively 0.65 and 0.001 as described in the literatures. So those are the experimental results that I have got. So first one, in the first table we are trying to show the impact of feature selections. So first we have taken all the features, then after that we have taken only reduced features which is more relevant to describe that AEG signals. So you can see that improvement in the accuracy while we're implementing GA or not. So we can say that like feature selections is improving the classification accuracy. And this is the bar chart which is representing the comparison of the comparison of our model with the existing methods. So you can see that like those are the existing models, and last one is our proposed method, and our proposed method is overcoming those existing methods. But in Liu et al. 2020 has been published in a paper in 2020 which is getting accuracy 97.97, but they have used CNN, which is computationally more expensive while training, but we have used MLP with 2 hidden layers, which is computationally less expensive in terms of computational time. So we can say our model is good compared with the computational time. And this is the flowcharts based on the variance and arousals, and this is the four classification accuracy which has been compared in the literature, and we are getting best accuracy of those previous imposed model in the literature. And then we have the conclusions and further work sections, in which we have used that time domain, frequency domain, and wave loop domain for extracting the features and to create the high dimensional space. And those features have been extracted from those particularly four selected electrodes: FP1, FP2, F3, and F4. And then we are using genetic algorithm for the feature selections to get the better layout of the EEG data. And then we have shown our performance of our model, which has been better than the state of the art. And then our further works includes different bandpass filters and validating on other data sets along with the deep data set also. And in the future works we are going to select the best channel. Then after that we are going to import this feature selections methodology. So in this way we're going to include these, and those are the references that I have taken for these slide presentations and the paperwork. And in this way I would like to end my presentation here. If you have any questions, then I would like to take the questions. Otherwise, thank you.